All right, you have the smileys. You have the very unique problem that you're not looking for a side. In this case, you're looking for an angle. And let me emphasize, this is the only time when you're looking for the angle that you're going to use what's called the shift key. Also on calculators, it's the same thing as the second function key. And on a few calculators, it's called the inverse function key. All of these keys would be the same. So how do you figure out what do you use? Are you going to use inverse sine, inverse cosine, or inverse tangent? Let's take a look. It's all determined on what you have here. We have here, when we sweep this angle, we see that this 9 here is the adjacent, and this 22 is the hypo. So I have an AH combination. So I ask myself, what goes with AH? And it's CAH, so it's cosine. So to find the angle, I'm going to use inverse cosine. So it's inverse cosine, adjacent over hypo, will give us our unknown angle, which we use the variable theta for unknown angles. So in your calculator, you're going to go inverse cosine. Our adjacent is 9. Our hypo is 22. And that's going to give us our missing angle. Now, there's two ways to do this in a calculator. Let me show you both ways. Figure out which works on your calculator. Some of you, you're going to do this in your calculator. You're going to go 9 divided by 22, and you're going to get a decimal, and then you're going to hit second function cosine, and then that will give you the degree angle. Others of you are going to do this. You're going to hit second function cosine first, or shift. Others of you, again, you can use the shift cosine. Shift, then cosine. Then you do 9 divided by 22. And then that will give you your degrees. Let me show you what this looks like on my screen calculator. So I know this calculator works the first method. So I'm going to go 9 divided by 22 equals, then I'm going to hit my shift key, which is inverse cosine. So it's cosine -1, and I get 65.85 degrees. I'm going to round to the nearest first degree here. It's going to be 65.9 degrees. I'm going to round to the nearest whole degree, so it's basically 66 degrees is my answer. Now for the other one, let's see what we have for the other one, for the halve. We have here, when we sweep this angle, we have both the opposite and we have the adjacent. So we have an OA combination. So what goes with OA is tangent. So I do this. It's inverse tangent, opposite over adjacent, gives us our angle theta. So it's inverse tangent, opposite, which in this case is 21, over adjacent 35, gives us our angle theta. So in your calculators, you do inverse tangent, 21 divided by 25, and then hit enter. For me, I go the other way. It's going to be 21 divided by 35 equals, and then I do shift tan, inverse tangent, and I get 30.9 degrees, which is essentially 31 degrees.